Hey, yo, what's good? This is Alkaline, the curator from the Healthiest Podcast. And today I'm here with my sister.
Bella with Divina Oragnix.
And we did our first interview online.
Yes.
And it was a success. A lot of females and a lot of males in general was just super happy to see somebody like you. And now we're here live. And this interview is going to be like straightforward also right to what healed you. So I'm going to let you speak. What was the beginning stages of your healing from herpes?
So the beginning stages was basically finding out the right diet and the right foods to eat. And once I came to that, that's really where everything just kicked off and the process was a breeze. So I had to basically eat from the alkaline herpes list, the alkaline HSV list, which a lot of people don't really know about. They think that when they're trying to heal from HSV, they can just eat the regular alkaline list. But there's a lot of things on there that you actually don't want to be consuming, like chickpeas, wild rice, quinoa.
A lot.
Yeah,
I was on that list too, guys, so I know exactly how hard it can be. And there's a lot of stuff. So what's on the list instead of?
Yes, so the things that are on the list that you can consume, a lot of sour fruits, so sour oranges, soursop, key limes, and then primarily vegetables like amaranth greens or callaloo, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, yeah, lots of mushrooms, burro bananas. That's kind of
baby bananas.
Baby bananas, yep.
Yeah, you can't have like dates or like, I know exactly. It's super different. It's very strict. And right here, you have basically like recipes.
Yes.
You have the 21-day fast you did, the juices to do.
Yeah.
So I guess go through it. Like
Yeah. I have a healing guide, and so on the healing guide.
You guys can also obtain this on our website, mind you.
Yes, it's available for purchase. So basically, after you kind of get through, basically you want to start by getting your levels tested. So you want to go to either any lab test now or Quest Diagnostics, get your levels checked and see where you're at so you can track the progress during the time that you're healing. Also, I recommend avoid testing during the time that you're having an active outbreak because your levels can be a lot higher than when you're just, kind of at baseline. So definitely, get a test before you start. And then from there, you have to do a 21-day liquid fast. So on the liquid fast, the only things that I consumed were sea moss, purple sea moss, juices from the alkaline HSV list, good quality spring water, and then herbal teas, herbal supplements, capsules, tonics, tinctures, things like that.
So you basically consumed herbs, water, and sea moss, which is like an herb to me too.
And juice.
And juice.
Yep.
And what's the best juices?
Green juices. Green juices made out of things like cucumber, amaranth greens, key lime. Cilantro is also really good. Cilantro actually isn't on the alkaline HSV list, but I did consume cilantro because of its ability to pull heavy metals out. So yeah, a lot of juices, green juices, lots of chlorophyll, and adding oil of oregano to your juices as well is another really good way to help just boost getting.
Oil of oregano, I had that the other day. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it hits you.
It hits you, yeah.
Especially if you're sick, you feel it.
Yep, and you also can add cayenne pepper to your juices too. Cayenne pepper it's on the list. Yeah, it's really good for herpes. It's really good for eczema, psoriasis, anything like that. So definitely, add cayenne pepper, oil of oregano, those things to your juices. That'll be great for during the time that you're healing. You want to make sure that you're flushing your system out. You're drinking good quality spring water. Brands that I recommend are like Castle Rock, Poland Spring is a good one. Saratoga Springs, that's one you guys have out here, right? Like Saratoga.
Yeah, Saratoga for
Saratoga,
sure.
Also Mountain Valley. Mountain Valley is another really good one.
That's the thing about Mountain Valley. I've been told that they have lead in it now, so it's kind of like, it's always something new. Even the Saratoga, I heard, has something in it. Yeah. But I guess to me, I always tell people if I had to drink anything, it would be those.
Yeah, absolutely. They're actually in my guide. I have findaspring.com. If you're in an area that has access to natural spring water, that's amazing. Where I live, there is a spring that's about an hour and a half away. If you get some 5-gallon jugs and you go once a month, you could save a substantial amount
Yeah,
of money.
I actually have a spring around my house, so I do
Yeah.
that too. But
Yeah.
it's kind of hard because I gotta walk like a half a mile there, half a mile back. But I know I've done that too.
Yeah, so if you just go to findaspring.com, you can find springs in your area local to you, and you may be surprised how close there is one to you. Apart from that, yes.
So you do the 21-day fast.
21-day liquid fast. And then after that, you can break your fast with, like, I recommend using like a sour sop, sour orange, a fruit, something light, or maybe like a salad.
Sour sop is my favorite. I think that's really good.
Yeah, sour sop's amazing, and I consumed a lot of it while I was healing, and sour sop leaf too. But the fruit itself is great for when you're healing from herpes. So break your fast with something light. Steamed vegetables too, that's another good thing you can break your fast with. And then just slowly start reintroducing foods into your diet. Steamed vegetables, soups, like mushroom soups, those are great. And then for another basically 2 months, that's like what you're going to be consuming is foods off of the alkaline HSV list. Other things that you want to do to like boost your lymphatic system to help with the process of flushing out everything. Saunas, steam rooms,
Saunas were amazing for my eczema. I definitely felt it sped up the process. It speeds it up.
It does. It's great for the lymphatic system, and it helps just overall, like with just skin conditions in general.
It does, and it grows your hair more too.
Yep.
Your hair, everything.
Yeah, they're great. Saunas, steam rooms, if you do that. You can also purchase like a rebounder, those little tiny trampolines. Even sometimes on Facebook Marketplace, people are either giving them away or selling them for super cheap. Jumping on a rebounder 2 times a day for like 15 minutes is a great way to boost your lymphatic system. That'll help with the healing process. Light exercise. You want to make sure that you also get a good shower filter. I'm sure you definitely know the importance of that.
I like the organic Jaguar on .com one, but which one did you do?
I used Athena. Berkeley also makes a really good one. Berkeley Water Systems, they make a good shower filter as well. Because you know your skin's your biggest organ, you're going to be absorbing toxins through your body from the water, and we know that tap water is terrible for us. So having a good quality shower filter, water filter in general is very important during the time that you're healing as well. Minimizing the amount of chemical products or completely eliminating chemical products is very important as well. So using natural laundry detergents, natural soaps, things like shea butter, batana oil for your skin, shea butter, also like batana soap, things like that, natural soaps. You don't want to be having anything that's going to be contributing to more toxins in your body. Apart from that, let's see.
So it's a 21-day fast. Break your fast with some fruit.
Yep.
And you're still going to be taking the teas during this,
Yeah,
right?
during the entire time you're going to be taking teas. You're going to be taking your oil of oregano. With the oil of oregano, you want to do 2 weeks at a time every day, and then take a break for 2 weeks, because using that in an extended period of time could cause damage to your liver and your kidney, so you don't want to do too much of that. So just kind of mark on your calendar when you started, 2 weeks, when you stopped, and keep going like that in intervals during the time that you're healing with the oil of oregano. Everything else is safe to consume daily. Some of the herbs that are most important while you're healing, I have in my HSV teas. So I have 2 of them. Herbs like Guinean henweed, also known as anamu, sarsaparilla root, cerasee, which is also known as bitter melon, blue vervain, wormwood, pau d'arco, cat's claw, cheney root, also known as cocomelca. Trying to think. Black walnut hull, green black walnut hull, that's another really, really important one. And then sea moss. So purple sea moss is my recommendation because it is higher in lysine, whereas full spectrum and gold sea moss is higher in arginine, which will slow down the healing process. So I used purple sea moss during the time that I was healing, and I always recommend people to stick with purple sea moss if they can. Chondrus crispus also is another good option. This is the Gracilaria, the Jamaican sea moss, but Chondrus crispus is another good option for sea moss.
That's my favorite sea moss.
Yeah, it's actually the most powerful, most potent form of sea moss. So definitely, like, Chondrus crispus is elite, but purple sea moss in general is the way you want to go.
Facts. What else is on the list?
So we have a couple of recipes in the back.
Yeah, that's one of the
here.
things. A lot of y'all hit me up because, you know, eczema and herpes, you can cure yourself from the alkaline herpes list, but a lot of y'all don't know the meals y'all can make. So what's some of the meals that you made, some of your favorites?
Yeah, so like I made this meatloaf out of maitake, also known as like hen of the woods. So it's you take the maitake mushroom. With
And this will be for a meatloaf.
Yeah, so basically like a meatloaf, you take bell pepper, maitake mushroom, onion, clove powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper. You can put ground hemp seeds or you can just omit that. Generally, I stay away from hemp seeds during the time that you're healing, even though it is on the list. So that's personal discretion. I did not use
So
hemp
you didn't
seeds.
like the hemp seeds?
I used them in the beginning, but then I ended up staying away from them once I found out that they were very high in arginine. So I did end up staying away from them.
That was a big part of my healing journey. I used to use
Yeah.
hemp seeds for everything, like for my banana shake, for like the hemp seed sauce. That was a big part of my healing.
Yeah, and so I know.
I guess for different people.
It depends too. Also, like on the condition. So I could see how it would be good for like eczema because it's like the omega content in it is really good for your skin. But for herpes in particular, I know it's very high in arginine. So that's like you want to stay away from anything high in arginine when you're healing from herpes. And then basil as well. So you know, like the spice list on that HSV list is kind of limited.
Limited.
Yeah.
Not a
So
lot.
you kind of got to play around with the flavors. So what I found to be something that you can use as a sweetener, because there's not really much you can use to make things sweet, is the baby bananas. So basically I make the meatloaf, I bake that in the oven, and then I make a sauce to go on top with baby bananas, a little bit of spring water, basil, onions, and onion powder, and then pour that on top, put it back in the oven for like 15 minutes, and then that's gonna make kind of like, you know, a meatloaf kind of sauce, almost kind of vibe. So it's gonna be like a sweet sauce on top, and then there's your maitake meatloaf.
Okay, and then you have more meals, right?
Yeah, so
How many meals is in that book?
I think I only have 4 in here. I am working on a cookbook particularly for people using the HSV list for healing. So like another thing I have on here is like steamed callaloo, which is also known as amaranth greens with burro banana. Also like a nopales salad, like kind of like inspired by like pico de gallo. It's like a cold salad but with like nopal. Yeah, and then if you put the key lime in there, you let it sit in the fridge for like 2 hours, it's gonna really absorb the flavor. And then, you know, you're gonna have like a nice like little kind of like salsa cold salad kind of vibe. What else do we have in here? Mushroom stew. So like I always tell people, I did a lot of mushroom soups, mushroom stews. That was kind of a staple in my diet.
Yeah, mushrooms definitely.
Yeah.
I love mushrooms.
Yep, mushrooms are the best. And then what else do we have on here? I think that's it in regards to the food. Juice recipes. So like I was mentioning the green juices. So you can take like 3 bitter melon, 3 large seeded cucumbers, 3 key limes, and like a handful of amaranth greens. That right there would be a good juice to use. Also like dandelion green juice, so like 3 large seeded cucumbers, 3 key limes, and a handful of dandelion greens. That's another one there. Soursop juice, sour orange juice. If you have access to either of those are incredibly powerful and very helpful during the time that you're healing. I know out in New York, like Food for Negas, they have the sour oranges and the soursop sometimes. I know in New Jersey, Victor has the sour oranges.
Sour oranges is hard to find where you're from?
Where I'm from, seasonally. Like right now, they're in season, so there's a local farm that has them, so I've had them in abundance, but like basically the season is ending, so there's gonna be a drought.
Yeah, sour oranges is always available over here in New York for some reason. Like we always can get them anytime.
I think because you guys are so close to the Caribbean.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And plus New York is like, you know, we get everything.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
a little
you
bit
guys
of
have
everything.
more access, definitely. It's harder in Northern California to find a lot of those things.
No, I can believe that because it's like all the way up there, and almost near like what, Canada almost, right?
It's getting closer, yeah. Like I'm like Sacramento in the Bay is kind of like in the middle of California. I'd say it's like a little bit more like north.
Yeah,
like
California
the
is
middle.
big,
Yeah, it's
right?
huge. It's like 8 hours the full state.
I mean, that
across.
makes sense though because it's like up and down, right? It's like combining like Philly, New York, New Jersey,
Yeah, it's like everything all in
Delaware,
one. Yeah.
Florida, right? That's how big it is.
It's
Because I
huge.
know they say it's like, I think like 13 hours straight to get to from New York to Florida.
Okay, yeah. So it's about pretty similar distance. It's a big state, and I know down towards Southern California they do like Sassoon produce. You know, they have soursop.
I wanted to go there, but yeah, we should have gone next time.
Next time, definitely. Yeah, but they have more access to those fruits down there because they're closer to Mexico. You know, soursop is more available over there, but not so much where I live. So if you can't find them, sometimes you can order them. But if not, then definitely just stay with the green juices.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I hear a lot of people always tell me. Oh man, it's so hard to find all this stuff. Like, I'm in Canada, and I feel for them. It's like they almost got to move to heal themselves in a way, you know?
I think too, something that really helped me was going to the international markets, like the Korean markets. They have like the bitter melon, they have the amaranth greens. Sometimes you just have to look up the name of that fruit or vegetable.
And you might find it.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, you're at a Korean market, what do you call bitter melon in Korean? You know, or if you know what it looks like, then you can just go and find it and you can see. That helped me a lot. Also, a lot of the like Latino markets, you know, they're gonna have the nopales, the key limes.
The Spanish markets is key.
Yes, yep. Apart from that, it's just really doing your best with what you have available to you.
It's a simple diet. It's not even once you have this booklet, it's not that hard.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you left out? You think that's pretty much everything?
I feel like we kind of got straight to it. That
21-day fast.
21-day fast.
Breaking you're gonna do herbs. Just water, good quality water, and sea moss, right?
Sea moss, and then
break your fast with some fruits.
Yep.
And then you can start eating, I guess, from the regular, you know, like and you're gonna actually come out with an alkaline herpes cookbook, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be cool.
I'm excited for that. Yep.
I bet. Is there anything you think we left out, or is there anything else you think, or?
I guess just with the healing journey in general, like, being mindful that this is a short-term sacrifice for a long-term payoff. So yeah, it's gonna suck for a short period of time. You're not gonna be able to eat certain things, do certain things that you're used to. It's gonna be a change to your lifestyle. But in the long run, you're not gonna have to deal with this diagnosis anymore. So to me, it was worth it, you know?
I ain't gonna lie, it was really hard to be on that diet, but I'm sorry. But now I can eat everything.
Yeah.
And now I eat anything, and I'm not itchy, so I definitely do feel like when you say it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term commitment, a long-term gain.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Well, I appreciate this interview. You know, this is our third interview. Your first interview hit 1,000 already.
Yep.
You're right. Yeah, your second most viewed interview. The second interview is like at almost 400. You better even beat Econ on that one on your second interview. And this interview is live, so I might be. You know, I like live interviews a little better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, so is there anything else you want to say? Like, that's about it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. We about to wrap it up. This is Sylvie Alkaline from the healthiest podcast in the world. And I'm here with
Bella with Divina Oragnix.
And guys, we out. Go buy her book and go buy her herbs. Just check her out. If you got any questions, DM her. She's very nice and sweet.
Yep.
So have a good one.
Take care, everyone.